Hey everybody, a Retro Geek Dad here, back with another toy review. This time we're looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Gabriel Barbecue Kelly. This is from the G.I. Joe Special Missions Cobra Island. These are from the Target, kind of like Target exclusives, I guess. But my wife actually surprised me with this one. She was doing a Target run and found this, so she picked it up for me. Kelly Barbecue was one of my favorites when I was a kid, just because he's a firefighter, really cool. He's got that mask on. The guy carries an axe. What other G.I. Joe carries an axe? So it's really cool. One of my childhood favorites. But we're gonna do a unboxing, do a review. I just kind of want to go over the packaging real quick, kind of show it off. I know these were kind of hard to find. I've started seeing different ones, some of the newer ones come up. She's just kind of at the right place for this one. So distribution is getting a little bit better. So just, keep an eye open. And check several different Targets. This was like the third Target she had gone to trying to find something else. But anyway, the packaging is really cool. There's a nice little portrait here of Barbecue. Let me get my macro lens here. It's a really cool picture. Of course, you can see the ceiling fan. There is his name, Cobra Island. And then on the side, number 32. We got all the icons here. Got his name. And then on the back, see, this one is different. It has the Cobra Island background. So this is kind of what distinguishes it from the other ones. I have another figure here. So this is, your standard background, but this is the Cobra Island background. So these are, I've only really seen these at Target, so I think it's a Target exclusive. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 95% sure it's like a Target exclusive thing. On the side here, nice little picture. Got him blocking the flames, got his axe there. And on the bottom, of course, we have all the legal information. And we have the UPC code, in case that helps anybody. So yeah, really cool figure. Kind of excited to get into it. So we're going to open it up, and we're going to see what we got here. So we got a little piece of tape on the bottom. Background, we got the picture there, and that's for the Cobra Islands motif. So we got that, and of course we got our legal paper saying don't put anything in your mouth. We've got Barbecue. We have his air tank, because of course he's a firefighter. He's got his big axe. There's a smaller one. This is, I believe it's a water gun? Maybe it's a flamethrower gun? I can't remember. But I believe it connects. I know the original it connected to his backpack. I'll go ahead and take everything out. So there's the hose. Excuse me. Only a little bit of tape. So there's his backpack. So here is Barbecue. So like I said, Barbecue, he is a firefighter and a G.I. Joe, of course. He was one of my favorites when I was a kid. It looked so cool, and being a firefighter, it was just really cool. Should go ahead and check out Articulation. He is wearing a vest, with his tank here on the front too. I don't see a way to remove the vest, so I don't want to try to pry it off. But we'll go ahead and look at Articulation. So there is a separate neck joint. So he's got a neck joint, and then where his head connects is a joint So there's 2 joints there. Of course, it's on a ball. So there's a lot of movement there. And then the neck itself. Arms. He does have a separate joint here inside of his arm. So there's movement there. And then with his arm, it's on a ball joint. So there's a good range of movement. Top of his tricep here, we do have some rotation. Elbows are double jointed. There's 2 joints there. We have no rotation here in the forearm. In the hand, we do have rotation in the hand. And then there is some slight rocking back and forth there. With the body armor on, it's really hard to tell if there's any movement behind it, but we have movement in the waist. And in the legs, they're on a ball joint. So I've noticed a lot with these classified figures that some of the legs will wind up looking kind of like that if you move them and you can just push them up. It's kind of like a modern version of the O-ring. But I am seeing, I'm not sure if that's showing up, but right off the bat, there it is. Right off the bat, I'm seeing just that little bit of white in that joint. A little bit of white, you know what that means. That means that's a bad joint. Too much movement on that's going to snap that joint. Yep. Trying to get a good shot here. Right there. That little bit of white in that corner. So I am not happy with that. That kind of scares me a little bit. Excuse me. So I got to be real careful with those joints there. And his holster is loose on his leg, so that just moves around. We do have some rotation here at the top of the thigh. Knees are double jointed. Sorry, excuse me. Getting all choked up. So the knees are double jointed. We have rotation here at the top of the boot. The foot, it's got a really good rocker to it. Back and forth, swivel. So legs are pretty good. And the joints kind of lock into place. So that's pretty good for posing and stuff. But take a look. I want to take a look at just his overall costume. Kind of in depth. So there is a lot of detail. Okay, so the costume's pretty good. I really like how they got the hose coming off the side here. Good detail. Let's try them out and see. So the hose, I think it plugs in there. And the other side goes into his blaster, so like that. So this plugs in, and it's got to go through the plastic vest into the hole in his back. I'll line that up. Nice little fit. And so we can let's try putting that in the holster. Kind of like that. Rotate that a little bit. So there's that. And that's if you don't want them to hold it. If you want them to hold it, go ahead, and his trigger finger is separate from the rest, so we can possibly get that trigger finger into the trigger area, whatever you want to call it. There we go. There we go. Snug. So there we go. It just takes a little finagling. There it is in the trigger finger holster area. So And you can kind of rotate this hose a little bit. But there is that. Of course, he does have his axes. Very Viking-y. So then, of course, then we're left with just this one, which there is, okay. So on this belt right here, he does have kind of a somewhat of an area to kind of sit. There we go. So there we go. We can put that there, and that holds it. Or you could do, you know, use the other one. That one seems more feasible because it's shorter. So there we go. There is Barbeque all geared up. He's ready to torch some cobras. I really like this figure. It looks really cool. And, you know, attaching the weapons and everything, they all attach to each other. So that's really cool. So the few things I do see that bothers me is, one, that joint. So that joint right there. That's really worrying me on that. Where the hoses attach. Let's see if I can do this. See that little nub right there? And that's where the hose attached. I can see those potentially, you know, breaking or something, just because they're so tiny. Where the backpack, this is the little plug that goes into his back, that might become an issue, potentially, where that'll break off. But I think as far as like a posing figure, as long as it's in a, you know, pretty good pose, should be fine. If you're an in-package collector, of course it'll be fine. But yeah, I really like this figure. I'm really surprised. So there already is, as soon as I talk about it, there's just a little bit of white at that base. I'm not sure if it shows through, but that's where I was talking about, where it gets kind of weak, and you can see the plastic start to kind of discolor a little bit, where it's going to break out. So just be on the lookout for that. Wondering, there's like a little slot here. I'm wondering if his big axe will fit on there. You know, kind of, sort of. Maybe it's more for the little axe. There is definitely like a holder there. Yeah, I don't know. Could be for the hose. See if you wanted to hook the hose up and have it like, maybe like that, yeah. That way, you know, the hose isn't sticking out everywhere, and you can holster the, you know, the gun. Because I want to see him with 2 axes. We'll put that there, kind of like that. And then you can rock and roll with dual wielding axes. And I like how this one has like a knuckle, little knuckle spikes on it. I like that. Of course, it just takes some finagling. Oh yeah, so you can dual wield. That's pretty cool. So yeah, Barbeque, pretty good figure. Just look out for those few little flaws that I came across. Really cool figure, like it. Good find. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next time.